Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. It is greatly appreciated. So today we are going to be doing a love reading. I don't know, I'm feeling the love readings lately. I'm feeling them. So we're going to be looking at messages from your person. We're going to look at who you are, who they are, your energy together, and the messages that they have for you at this time. That being said, I'm keeping an open mind with this. So this could be a message from someone you have yet to meet. So like a future soulmate, twin flame, divine counterpart, whatever you want to call it. Or this could be someone you already know, whether you're with them or not, you're on a break, you're together, whatever the case may be. We're going to keep an open mind and we're going to go into this just to see what comes up, right? So we have 3 piles. Pile number 1 is going to be Lucifer and Chloe from the Lucifer show, one of my favorites. Pile number 2 is Morticia and Gomez from the Adams family. And pile number 3 here is going to be Persephone and Hades. So we kind of have a little bit of fantasy going on. So take a few minutes, ground, center yourself, ask yourself which pile has a message for you, and let's jump right into the reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the sticker with Lucifer and Chloe from the show Lucifer. And let's see what we have here. So we're going to start off by looking at the energies of the people involved. If you find yourself listening to this and you're just like, I don't identify with this person and I don't identify with this person, this is probably not the reading for you, because it's meant to kind of help you realize if this is for you or not, or if this has a message for you. So let's start with person number 1, Thanatos, which is truth, and Scorpion. Very interesting. And then person number 2 is the Venom and the Eagle. Okay, so far, there's quite a bit of similarities. As a reminder, it's a general reading. If it doesn't resonate, leave it behind. It's not meant for everyone, and not everything will resonate. So let's start by talking about the person on the left, my Scorpion person. So there's a lot of mystery surrounding this person. This is someone who, while I think truth is very important to this person, and I think that this is someone who is very honest, I also think that this is someone who likes to kind of keep their cards close to their chest. This is not someone that is kind of spilling their business out to everyone and letting people know, who they are, what they think, what they want out of life. Like, there's a very small circle that this Scorpion person lets close. My Scorpion person can also be a little bit, what's the word here? I'm trying to find the right word for this, because I feel like this person means well, but I also feel like this person can be very protective of themselves and their own energy. Almost to the point where this is someone who can come across as, it's almost like they can sting, right? And we do have that fire energy here. And we have fire, and I feel like this would be air energy. So we have fire and air, very masculine energy. Regardless of their gender, this is a very masculine energy person. But with the Scorpion here, I will say it, they can be a Scorpio, though I don't necessarily think that that's the case. But it definitely can be. But I do feel a lot of fire, air energy, and I feel like this is someone who they can sting. They can kind of be blunt. They'll definitely tell you what they're thinking. They'll tell you what's on their mind. It's not someone who's going to, they're not going to bite their tongue. They're not going to hold back. At times it's going to be blunt, and it's going to be exactly what they want you to hear and what they think you need to hear. At times, they're also going to try to protect themselves. So this could be someone that says things that they don't necessarily always mean, And that's not giving anyone a pass or an excuse, because I don't think, it doesn't work that way. It just because you're hurt or just because you're afraid, you don't get a pass to say whatever it is that you want to, especially if it's hurtful. And I do think that there's a point of this for the Scorpion person where at times they do know that what they're saying can be hurtful, that what they're saying can be quite deeply cutting. And they tend to sometimes hide behind the fact that, well, it's the truth. And just because it's true, sometimes we have to ask ourselves, does this need to be said? Does this need to be expressed at this time? But overall, this is someone who's very passionate, very creative. This is someone who is a little bit of an introvert, a little bit of a recluse. They may kind of go into hermit mode. And I feel like they especially do that when they're trying to work on something, or when they're trying to get to the bottom of something. Because it feels like their internal world is very busy. Whoever this is, whether this is you or your person, the internal world is very busy, and there's a lot of kind of going within, and at times isolation, because that sense of I want to go within. This is someone very fierce, someone who, and this is true for both people. Look at the colors here. Like both people, that yellow, that orange, that solar plexus, that sacral chakra coming in very strongly for both. So I do feel things are very passionate between the two of you. If you've met this person, or if you have not, things will be passionate between both of you. But I do feel for most of you, you know who this person is. Like this is a connection that you've already met. You've already been in contact with this person, even if it's not in a relationship directly, but you know who this is. And this is someone who values honesty, but sometimes they struggle when it comes to forgiveness. I will say that. My Scorpion person also needs to come clean when it comes to feelings. This person tends to keep their feelings. They try to live in the mental realm. They try to, they follow their passions. They try to live in the intellectual, mental realm, but they try to avoid feelings. And I think that that's when that Scorpion comes out and they kind of stings you, right? When they're trying to avoid feeling a certain way, or when they're trying to put themselves out there in a certain way. Again, that does not give this person a pass. I don't care if this is you or if this is your person, doesn't give them a pass. It's just kind of giving you information. I don't want anyone in the comments saying, oh, well, that doesn't give them an excuse, because you're absolutely right. It does not. Let's take a look at our ego venom person, because my ego person here is, again, truth is coming up. The ego is all about perspective. The ego can see things from a different perspective, and this ego venom person is also seeking truth. And I feel like both of these energies seek truth. The way they go about it is very different. This person, doesn't quite want to be in the emotional body, while this person, I feel, is more in the emotional body than my Scorpion person. With the venom here, there's almost a sense of my ego venom person really being in that, in the body, being in the energy of, I am going to really connect with myself. I do feel with the Venom card and the eagle here, this person is, whoever this is, whether it's you or your person, this is someone who's very connected to the body. This is someone who's very connected to reality. Someone who's often grounded into their body and their feelings and who they are and what they want out of life. This is someone who is very good when it comes to facing certain challenges. Someone who, I feel like my eagle person is very good at seeing things from different perspectives. So this is someone who understands, other people's point of views. Even though they don't share that point of view, they can definitely understand it. They can see themselves in their, it's someone who can walk a mile in someone else's shoes. And my eagle person is very spiritual. And this person definitely has almost a mastering over the element of fire and air. And it's very interesting because both of these people have a connection to fire and air. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius; air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be any of those. They could be, or it could be prominent in your chart, or it may not be. But my eagle person is always striving for more, striving to grow, striving for the best, striving to gain more self-awareness. And my eagle person is very strong. And they're strong because of this venom here, because this venom signifies everything that my eagle person has been through, and it has not been an easy ride so far. So they understand what it means to have to fight for what they want, to have to be resourceful, to have to be discerning, because life has not been easy. I feel for my Scorpion and my eagle person, there is this sense of both of these people having had some struggles in life, but the way they learned how to deal with it has been very different. And I will say, I do feel the eagle venom person is a little bit more mature in their approach to emotions, in their approach to how they deal with what comes up. And there has been a lot of suffering in some cases for both people involved, but there's also a lot of self-realization. And while I think both of these people are very good at understanding, I think my eagle person is a little bit better when it comes to being with the emotions and the unknown and uncomfortable feeling. For most of you, my viewer, you're going to be this eagle person. That's not for all of you, but for most of you, you are going to identify as this eagle person. But ultimately, truth, honesty, and loyalty are very important to both of you. Let's take a look at what's the current situation in this connection. Hierophant. Justice. Yeah, there's a lot of Page of Swords. For this pile, there's a lot of mental energy. A lot of Libra, a lot of air energy. So again, it could be you are a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be. Your person could be. So as far as the current situation, what's happening right now? What brings you to this reading? There could be some misunderstandings here. There's a sense of karma is trying to be balanced. And karma is not good or bad, because we hear karma and I think for most of us, we think of something bad. Karma is just cause and effect. Something happens, something else happens as an effect, right? Cause and effect. We make this choice, then something else happens as a result of that. So I really feel that for this connection, most of you know who this is. If you do not know who this is, this comes down to truth and being able to be truthful with yourself. But there's a sense of needing to communicate. And I feel like for many of you, you could be in separation where you're not communicating at all with this person. There was a lot that was left to be said. And you're trying to bring in more balance into this connection through speaking, through communicating. And there is a sense of, for some of you, an avoidance of this communication, an avoidance of trying to reach out. It's almost like I've always been the one to reach out. I don't want to reach out again. And that's completely up to you. But there is this energy of it's not fully done yet. There's something that still has to happen here. There's still something that both sides are keeping this energy open for a reason. For some of you, the reason for that is there's transformation that's going to happen, whether that's on an individual level or on a level that affects both of you at the same time, meaning perhaps trying to come back together. I feel there has been some realizations around why certain things happened the way that they did. And I also feel that both of you are wanting to bring more balance to the connection in some way. But there's a lot of pride involved in this. There's a lot of miscommunication involved in this. There's a sense of they should know. Or how could they not know? How could they not realize this? How could, it's almost this sense of they should understand, or they should know what happened. They should, and it feels like it's almost on both sides. Like both sides are mirroring one another, where it's like, I don't understand where the confusion is coming from. I don't understand what that person didn't get. For some of you, there's an opportunity for growth, but it's going to require communication, and it's going to require honesty. And I think that both of you are very honest, but I also think that both of you tend to shut down at times. And I think my ego person, whether it's my viewer or not, I think the ego person has kind of extended the arm out to the Scorpion person many times. But I don't think this Scorpion person has always taken it. Let's take a look at what message this person has for you. So for my viewer, what message does the person have for you? Temperance. Yeah, balance keeps coming up here. Kind of finding harmony, balance. Four of Wands. I'm going to try my best to set these in the best way possible, but we'll see. High Priestess. And then we have Two of Wands. Okay. So, my pile number ones. What does your person have to say to you? The first message, there's a few messages coming in. I feel like this person wants to meet midway. There's this sense of they want more balance. We see that too there with the High Priestess, that temperance coming in. They kind of want to find middle ground. But at the same time, they're not trying to reach out. And I feel like for some of you, the reason this person is not reaching out, the reason this person is holding back is because there's this sense that perhaps you've moved on. There's this sense that they cannot give you what you want. Because for some of you, what you want is something long-lasting, something serious. The Four of Wands to me is commitment. It's the wedding, the marriage, the long-term commitment. And I feel like for some of my pile number ones, your person is not ready to give that. They don't necessarily want to give that yet. They don't feel ready, and they're also they're not in a place where they're sure that that's what they want. Take that as it resonates. There is a message here around trying to find a middle ground. I almost feel like for my pile number ones, this person doesn't want to fully commit, but they don't want to fully let you go either. So they kind of it's almost like you want your cake and you want to eat it too, for some of them, not all of them. Because they're not fully sure of how far they want to go with this. I do feel that this is someone who enjoys, or at the very least is used to being on their own. So kind of coming together with another person and truly committing and putting themselves out there in that way can be very scary for this person. For a few of you, there could be children involved. There could be a family. So this could be someone that has a child that they need to worry about, or they have responsibilities that they need to take care of. And that may be holding them back from this as well. But overall, the message here is that they really want you in their life. They miss you. For some of you, you are connecting to this person through dreams. You may be kind of going about your day and you listen to a song, or you're watching a movie and something comes up and you feel like it's talking to you. This is their higher self trying to communicate with you. That being said, it's great to have the higher self connection. It's great to have the spiritual connection, but I feel for many of my pile number ones, you're ready for something more tangible. You're ready for something that is going to be more long lasting than what you are being offered at this time. If that's the case, do not allow this person to stop you from getting to where you want to be. Because I am getting a message for you, my viewer, that if this person cannot offer you what you want, you don't necessarily have to wait for them. You absolutely can. It's up to you, but you don't have to. And they know this. They know that there are other options for you, and that makes them nervous. And this Two of Wands, I do feel like they may keep an eye on you, and they either think that you may be involved with someone else, or they know that it's eventually going to happen if they don't get their act together. I want to see what else we have here. See what else we have. We have shadow aspect. Yeah, there's a lot of shadow here, especially for this Scorpion person, whoever that is. An inner child. Yeah. And the child that came up earlier for me could be the inner child, but I do feel like there are actual children involved, like one or both of you could be a parent. These are both shadow aspects. With the shadow aspect here and the inner child, there's this sense of, again, both of you have been through so much. The way that you went about it was very different. For my Scorpion person, and I believe that this is the person you are inquiring about, this is the person that has the message for you. For some of you, this isn't even who you were inquiring about. You came here to check on a future connection, and this person is kind of barging in, because I feel like almost an annoyance from some of you, like, I don't care to hear about this person. But they can't quite let you go, but they're not willing to quite do the work on themselves. And that's why I'm saying, yes, messed up things happen, but we also have to take responsibility. And I don't know that my pile number ones, this is someone who is fully ready to grow. And it's very interesting that this is the pile that you chose, because in the show Lucifer, this kind of energy reminds me of Lucifer in that show, where there were so many things from the childhood, so many things that was affecting him in that show. And he wasn't really fully ready to deal with it until he was. And it's that energy of letting people take responsibility for themselves and knowing that you do have options. Let's take a look at these two. Spirit self, be who you are as you are. There's nothing that you can do or that you should have done that you needed to do. And this person wants you to know that. That's coming in very clearly. Kind of that sense of, I feel like my pile number ones, my viewers, sometimes you may blame yourself. Like, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have been more patient. Maybe there was nothing that you could do that would have changed this. This is the individual. This is something that this person needs to deal with. And I do think for some of them, they are trying to get there, but, comfort, right? The comfort zone is so appealing. It's so comfortable to us. But they love you for who you are. And it's almost this, continue to be who you are and move forward. And this is their higher self coming through for some of you, saying, you don't necessarily have to wait for me. You have options, pile number one, because I feel like you are more mature than this person. You are ready for more and you can make this happen. But for some of you, what's stopping someone else from coming in, and I say this respectfully, is that this person is in your energy field and that you have expectations, views, hopes for this connection or what could be. Emotional energy. Emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. And this is what this person coming in is ignoring at times. Because they do feel the emotions, they do feel those call to actions, but they don't always act on them. In fact, for some, there may be some form of substance abuse that goes with this, or something that distracts them. A lot of devil energy. Interesting, we do have Lucifer the sticker, but a lot of devil energy for this pile. Let's take a look at, I want to see what the romance angels have to say. Let's see what we have to say here. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. All right, two messages coming in very strongly. First, if you know that this person has not grown, that this person cannot give you what you want, it is okay to walk away. It is okay to choose yourself. It is okay to put yourself first. Be who you are as you are. You do not have to change. You do not have to accept less than what you deserve, especially when what you are looking for is something long term. it's okay to love someone and accept that they are not always necessarily for you. And I feel like this, the messages coming in here are from this person's higher self. And it's almost this sense of they're still trying to work through some things. And even though I do think there is a lot of love here, there's also this sense of this person is not fully ready to connect in the way that you want them to just yet. For others of you with this wedding card, this could be someone who is already married or in some form of connection. And for others of you, because we have the Four of Wands as well. And it could be that this is someone who is married or in some form of long-term commitment. But I also feel that my pile number ones, what you want is a marriage. You want to be married. You want to grow with someone. You want to grow old with someone. You want to experience love and commitment with someone. And for some of you, this person may not be there at this point, and that's okay. I want to see what we have here with the messages of love. Finances, financial challenges are affecting this connection. So it could be that they're focused on finances, on the tangible. I do feel like their focus is not as much spiritual or emotional as my viewer is. Because I do feel that this Scorpion person is the person that you're inquiring about. Twin flame, this is a divine counterpart connection. So for some of you, if you are wondering if this is a twin flame, the answer is yes. One thing I also want to say is just because someone is a divine counterpart or a twin flame does not mean that that's the person that you have to be in a long-term relationship with. Not everybody likes to hear that, but I do have to say it because some twin flames are not necessarily meant to come together romantically. Or they're not able to keep the connection going long-term because it is such a difficult connection to be in. Play hard, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. I feel this message is coming in more as a reminder to treat yourself, to be nice to yourself, to have fun. Because I think this person, their higher self, because I do feel this is higher self messages coming through. They want you to be happy. And this person has other concerns at this time. Let's see what we have with the hidden truth. You were the best thing in my life. Yeah, there was definitely a strong connection here. Finding out the truth crushed me. For some, I keep getting this, I keep seeing this Two of Wands, and I keep getting this sense of, for some of you, they may know that you're dating someone else, because I did get the sense that for some of you, you're watching this, and the message from the person that you were looking for is not the message. Like, this is a message from someone else. So you may be with someone else. You may be, trying to get to know other people. You may be dating. For others of you, I'm also hearing that finding out the truth crushed me is about realizing that they're not able to string you along in the same way that they once were. That you've kind of moved on. Because I do feel for my pile number ones, for many of you, your energy has moved on from this in some capacity. I bury myself in work to forget you. Yeah, this could be someone, definitely, if it's the Scorpion person here, someone who's very focused on work, on the material, on finances. But that's what kind of keeps them safe, right? It's the Scorpion protecting itself. See what else we have. Stop running from yourself. Yeah. I love to see you thrive in your goals and passions. I do feel like this person keeps tabs on you. Don't put your goals on hold for me. Yeah. For some of you, if your goal is to get married, to have children, to have a family, whatever that family looks like for you, doesn't have to involve children. This person is saying, don't necessarily put that on hold for me, because they want you to be happy. And again, it feels like we're tapping into the higher self, because it feels like these messages are coming in from their higher self. This is also saying, don't forget to live your life. Don't forget to be present. Don't forget to have a good time, to laugh, to enjoy your life. Let's see what else we have here. Abundance. Goddess of abundance divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. Both of you have a lot to accomplish when it comes to success in this lifetime. I do feel for most of you, it's going to be both of you are really focused right now on what you want to create. For my viewer, don't forget to take time off to enjoy the ride, the journey. And then we have imagination. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. There's a lot of crown and third eye chakra energy for this pile. This is also, your person wants you to keep an open mind. There's a need to really figure out what your goal is. So for example, if what you want to do is you want to be in a long-term relationship, whether it's marriage or just, long-term commitment without the paperwork, whatever it is, how can you allow for that to come in without having to hold on to the exact how is it going to come in? How can you be present in your life without having to guess how it's going to work out for you or how it's going to unfold? There's a need to be more mindful, more present. Take care of yourself, self-care, self-love. And remember, don't put your goals on hold for anyone. And that's the main message coming in. It's, I want you to be happy. You are the best thing in my life. For many, this person is not fully ready to connect, but they do want you to be happy. They do want you to move forward, and they do want you to work on yourself. And for some of you, there will be an opportunity for this person to catch up to you. For others of you, there is an opportunity to connect with a completely different person. But if you were wondering, for many of you, this is a twin flame divine counterpart. Just remember that label doesn't necessarily mean that you have to hold out for this person. And I know I'm going to get some crap in the comments for saying it, but not all twin flame relationships are going to work out, and that's okay. And for some of you, it's about giving it time and doing your own thing and allowing this person to catch up to you. But stop running from yourself. Because sometimes when we run towards another person, when we run after something else, we run from ourselves. And especially if this is a twin flame connection, divine counterpart connection, you want to make sure that you're not running from yourself, because that would cause the runner-chaser dynamic. All right, pile number 1, that is all I have for you. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, sending you all my love, and bye for now. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the sticker with Gomez and Morticia. Same, pile number 2. So as a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. We're going to start by looking at the 2 people involved in this connection. So this is going to be person number 1 and person number 2. If you do not identify with person number 1 and you do not identify with person number 2, there's a very good chance this reading has no messages for you, and that's okay. So we are going to take a look at your individual energies, what's going on, messages from them to you, and then we're going to go from there. So first person is Shapeshifter. Very interesting. With the crow. A lot of colors for this crow shapeshifter person. This is definitely someone who's very good at, it's like a chameleon, right? Like fitting in. Person number 2 is the castle and the bear. Very interesting. All right. So let's start by talking about the crow shapeshifter person. So the shapeshifter is this energy, right? Kind of able to take on any outlook, right? Any personality, anything, kind of adaptability. That's what I'm looking for. Someone who's able to adapt quite well to their surroundings. So my shapeshifter person, it's a little bit of the trickster energy. And what's interesting is that we also have the crow. And the crow is a very magical being. The crow and the raven are often very much associated with magic and intuition, mystery. So my shapeshifter crow person can be quite mysterious. This is someone who very adaptive. For some reason, I'm getting that this shapeshifter crow person is also very, very funny. This is kind of, I get a very dry, sarcastic sense of humor, but very funny overall. So then maybe they have a different type of humor, many people watching, but very, very funny. It's someone that can light up the room. I also feel like they can deflect by using humor, if that makes sense. Almost like, you're trying to have a serious conversation with this person and they kind of come back with something funny and it kind of deflects the situation. It kind of takes your attention away from what you were originally talking about. That's the sense that I am getting. For most, the shapeshifter crow person is someone very tall. I'm actually seeing someone very, very tall. My shapeshifter person is very good at giving people what they want. This is a people pleaser. They know how to adapt to their surroundings. They know how to give you what you want. For some, my crow shapeshifter person is actually very smooth. They could have had a little bit of time there where they had this almost player energy, because it's a very smooth, very sensual energy that I'm getting off of this shapeshifter person. And they don't necessarily always show themselves to, they don't fully show themselves to just anyone. So for many people, they may have, my crow person may have a lot of friends, a lot of associates, a lot of people that they connect, that they know. But those people don't truly know who they are. Very few, if any, know the crow person fully. And that's part of their appeal. My crow person tends to be non-committal. I have to say it because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling almost this Knight of Wands energy from this person. And they can be very non-committal at times, but they do enjoy, they enjoy having fun. They enjoy being spontaneous. They enjoy getting out there, getting to know new people, talking. But they like to keep it surface level, because surface level feels very safe for this crow person. And they like to feel safe. They like to feel like, like no one's on to their little games. And I feel like for many of them, not everyone catches on to where the appeal comes from. It's almost like moth to a flame, where people are just attracted, but they don't always question why. And there's the crow person with the shapeshifter here, this is very air energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius be coming up very strongly here. Now, my crow person is very good at observing. And this is what makes them very good at people pleasing and at adapting to their surroundings, because they're very good at observing and knowing what other people want. And they can kind of pull some tricks. They always have tricks up their sleeve. What's interesting is that this crow person is spiritual. To some degree, this person is spiritual. I don't know that you would necessarily see that at first glance, but I am getting someone who is to some degree very spiritual. And I'm also getting someone who is very psychic. For many, the crow person is actually clairsentient, which is clear feeling, that, empath, that ability to feel, not always an empath to be clairsentient, but they can be combined, but they can pick up on the feelings of other people. And they can read the room quite well. So that's part of the appeal there, that they kind of use this ability to their advantage. And this is someone who's very strong. They can be a little hypersensitive at times, but that's not always the case. And this is someone who would benefit incredibly from some sort of creative practice and some sort of daily meditation. Because for the crow person, it can be hard to figure out, who am I? Like, at the end of all of this, beyond all of this, who am I? And that's something that I do feel the crow person struggles with from time to time. But let's talk about the bear castle person, because I feel a little bit of a yin and yang energy from this. My crow person is the outgoing one. Again, very smooth. This person knows what to say. They have the right things to say. My bear person, on the other hand, is introverted. This is someone who is almost, Very nurturing for my bear person, but also because when we think of the bear, we think of mama bear, right? Mama bear taking care of her cubs. So very protective, very nurturing, but very private. And while I think the crow person is also very private, I think they put on a show. The bear person is more introverted, more spiritual, keeping to self. This is someone who is very deep. With the castle here especially, there's a lot of depth to my bear castle person. There's a lot beyond the surface. There's a lot that people don't necessarily know. And there's feelings that run very deep for my bear person. This is someone who's very strong. They have an inner strength like no other. And I feel like for many, my viewer is actually the bear person. I will say that. And the bear person is always looking to grow. They're looking to expand their self-awareness. They're looking to experience new things and experience new ways of looking at the world and understanding the world. The bear person understands the importance of growing spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mentally as well. But there's a lot of focus on spiritual, emotional, and mental. I don't think the bear person necessarily cares too much about the material items. Like, this is someone who can be a minimalist and be very happy. I do think the crow person tends to be a little bit more materialistic than that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the bear person is always going through transformation. They're always going through an inner transformation of who they are and what their understanding of themselves is. And no matter what obstacle comes up for the bear castle person, they're able to face it. The bear person can get a little stuck when it comes to being in the emotional body and in the mind. So if you identify as a bear person, consider kind of working out a little bit more or grounding your energy a little bit more, even though this is earth energy. So you could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You don't have to be. But with the castle here, it's about, the castle. When we think of castles, we think, I don't know about anyone else, but I think of Snow White. I think of Sleeping Beauty stuck behind that castle. It's supposed to be protection. It's supposed to keep things out. But the problem with keeping things out is it also keeps things in. So sometimes the bear person tends to struggle when it comes to expressing certain things, because I feel like this person feels things very deeply, but this person also struggles with expressing those things that they feel. And at times, the bear castle person can feel a little bit anxious, depressed, a little stuck, this sense of apathy, frustration. So it's something that, this person may struggle with. And I feel like this is why there's kind of this magnetism between these two people, because it fits so well. I kept saying yin and yang. So let's see what's the current situation here. What's happening here? What brings you to this reading? What's happening? Two of Pentacles, trying to find balance of some sort. King of Wands. For some of you, the person that you are inquiring about, the person that has a message for you, is this King of Wands and the Four of Swords. All right, so for right now, I do feel for some of you there is a separation. You know who this is, and you are currently separated from them. You could be taking a break. There could be no communication at this time. I feel my viewer is trying to tap into their confidence. And there's a sense of both of you are trying to balance, your responsibilities. You're trying to balance your connections. You're trying to prioritize. I keep hearing prioritize, especially with this Two of Pentacles here. There's a need to prioritize, and you're trying to figure out what you need to prioritize. And this is true for both people, because I feel like if there's truly a separation here and you know who this is, you both miss one another. But I also feel like there's things that are getting in the way. For some of you, it's work. For others of you, it's like family responsibilities. For some of you, this could even be distance. If you don't know who this person is and you're here kind of trying to find a message about a future person, what you're trying to create is self-confidence and balance so that you can create space to meet someone and that you can put yourself out there to meet someone. But for some of you, for most of you, this is about healing. Taking time to heal, to mend your heart here, because that heart is standing out to me, and to figure out what you want out of life so that you can create that. I want to see what the messages from this person are. Let's take a look. Two of Swords. Yeah, some of you, this is a stalemate at this point. There's no communication. You've kind of reached a point where... Nine of Swords. Okay, yeah, many of you know who this is. For many of you, you're in this Four of Swords energy because something went down and it was not the best of energies. Five of Cups. I am so sorry, pile number 2. This is very heavy energy. The Lovers. Yeah, this is a soulmate. For many of you, this is a high-level soulmate. Okay. I keep hearing choices, decisions. I feel like your person is trying to make a choice. Right now, there's a lot of anxiety for both of you. There could be, insomnia, some sleepless nights. There could be this sense of feeling very frustrated, very lost, not knowing what to do. Feeling like perhaps, you don't know how this can possibly move forward. And your person is feeling this very deeply. I don't necessarily think that they're showing you what they're feeling very deeply, because I think what they're showing you is this King of Wands, regardless of their gender. They're appearing to be confident. They are appearing to be on their game. And remember, this is a shapeshifter, because as I said, I feel my viewer is the bear. I feel who you're inquiring about and who has the message for you is the crow. Obviously, that's not going to be for all of you, but for most of you. And this person is showing themselves to be okay, but deep down, they're struggling. They're struggling because they're feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot of grief here. They feel like they've lost something very beautiful, something very important. I mean, look at her. She's over a casket here. For some of them, they've been drinking heavily. They've been engaging in some form of escapism. Could be substances. Take that as it resonates. It could be some drinking. But they're not okay. They have a broken heart. They're trying to deal with this, but they're also not fully communicating. And they're avoiding making a choice. They're avoiding choosing something. And for some of you, what they're avoiding to choose is whether they want to make this okay or not. Some of them are kind of in this Two of Swords energy of, I'm not going to reach out to them. And you're kind of in that same energy. And honestly, if you are my bear person, you're the one that usually reaches out. So you're kind of tired of that, and I don't blame you. I do feel that for my pile number 2s, for many of you, it's best to let this take its natural course, meaning let them decide what it is that they want, especially if you're the one usually reaching out, because it feels like there's been a pattern here that they've gotten used to, and you've broken that pattern, that cycle in some way, and that's what has them a little nervous at this point, because it's not what was expected. It's also giving them the opportunity to miss you, and it's giving them the opportunity to have to come to a choice and decide what it is that they want. Because I feel like especially if this is about the crow person, I feel like this is someone who's very flighty, someone who kind of knows how to say the right things, but they don't actually want to open up and be vulnerable. And you want someone who can be vulnerable. But the same goes for my bear castle person, right? Like if this is you and you are my viewer, either way, whichever one you are, my viewer, you also need to be a little bit more open to being vulnerable, because I feel like there's a guarding of emotions on both sides. And right now, you're both being given the time to heal. And it feels very heavy. I mean, we have the Five of Cups and the Nine of Swords here. Like these are very heavy energies to deal with. With that Two of Swords, no one's budging. But this person misses you. They're very sad, especially if this is a separation issue. if you're not separated, there's a need to have some sort of conversation that needs to come up because you may be avoiding something. I want to see what this says. Look at this. It says together forever and it's burning. And that's the heart there. And look at this, love, burning as well. Yeah, there's a lot of pain here. And they're feeling the pain. I don't think you realize that they actually care and that they do feel the same way you do. But again, we're not giving anyone a pass or an excuse. They have a mouth. They can talk. Kuan Yin with Goddess of Nurturing. This person wants you to nurture yourself at this time. Take care of yourself. And this is why that Four of Swords is there. I feel like for some of you, you are taking some time to heal. Because it feels like this has been a lot. Even if it hasn't been a long time, it's been a lot of energy. And we have God of Vulnerability. Why could I not see that? Yeah, both of you need to be vulnerable. And I feel like this person is moving towards a place where they want to be more vulnerable, but they're kind of, I'm going to be honest, this person for many of you is just kind of stuck sulking right now. They're kind of just feeling sorry for themselves and just engaging in unhealthy behaviors. And part of that is because I feel like they're trying to avoid being vulnerable. They're trying to avoid making a choice and putting themselves out there. Because for some of you, you may have walked away or you may have said enough is enough, or there was some sort of break and it's been a little bit of time. So they're kind of just trying to, it's almost like, again, sulking. Being in this energy but not trying to do much about it. But at the same time, it feels like they kind of know it's not over yet. Let's see what else we have. Distorted desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. Yeah, there was something here. Look at this, responding, not reacting. The only control we have is how we respond to the hand we are dealt. They're trying to figure out their next move, but at the same time, there's this energy of they're kind of just stuck in this grief. They're stuck in this, anxiety, in this feeling of, there's a lot of sadness to this. There's also a sense with distorted desire, there's a sense of, they're realizing that what they thought they wanted was not satisfying. For some, the crow person was kind of a little bit of a player, I have to say it, regardless of gender. A little bit of a player where it was easier to kind of keep everything surface level, and they're realizing that that was not leading to their happiness. But they're not necessarily taking action at this time. They're kind of just sitting in this energy. Let's see what else we have, because I want to see. Let's look at the romance angels. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. This could be the inner child. This could be actual physical children. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. I do feel they're coming back. For some of you, this didn't quite get this wasn't quite a relationship because they wouldn't take it to the next level. But there is a potential for more coming in. For many of you, there will be a reconciliation where you're going to reconnect to this person and it will go to the next level. But I will say for my pile number 2s, I really feel like for many of you, the best course of action, and obviously this is just advice, you know yourself best, you know your situation, and you know what you want. Let them go through their process, because I feel like you were always extending out the hand and they're kind of expecting that. And that's part of the reason why they're not moving forward. And by breaking the pattern, you help them realize what they were missing out on. And it's not about playing a game, but it's about kind of letting this person figure out who they are, what they want, and going, taking action on that. Time apart. Look at this. Some distance will help bring clarity. That's exactly it. Let them have their distance. Let them have their time to move through this so they can get the clarity. I really feel for my pile number 2s, my viewer, you always are the one extending the hand, right? Kind of putting out that bridge, kind of reaching out and trying to fix things. You don't necessarily have to do that. Patience. Everything will unfold in divine timing. I really do feel everything is working out as it should. You could be a parent. They could be a parent. You could want children, but this could also be about the inner child and needing to do some shadow work. Some work on worth as well, on, knowing that you are enough. Pile number 2, you want loyalty and you deserve it. And this person knows this. Look at this, soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you unconditionally. This is a high-level soulmate. For some of you, this is also, reminding you that you deserve love, acceptance, that you deserve to be seen, acknowledged, loved, and absolutely you deserve respect. You are not anyone's, last thought. You are not someone's last option. You are not going to stand for someone to treat you like crap. Regret. Yeah, somebody feels remorse for the way that they treated you. And look at that 9 of Swords and that 5 of Cups. I feel you got fed up and you walked away for many of my pile number 2s. And you said enough is enough, and they weren't expecting that. Let's see what we have with the hidden truth. I know I was a distraction from your pain. I wish I could take back my words. I feel like they may have said something. I know I was a distraction from your pain. I feel like this person, as I said, I don't necessarily feel that both people are very vulnerable. And I feel like there was a little bit of mirroring. I replay our conversations over and over. I do think you were able to get very close to this person and they were able to get close to you, but I also feel like there's still a lot left to be said and a lot left to be revealed. And this is giving you both time to get comfortable with your authentic self so that you can show up without that fear of judgment. I check on you to see if you are okay. Some of them are checking through social media. They're keeping an eye on you in some way. She or he knows. This is to me the confirmation that they know you are a soulmate. You are a twin flame divine counterpart. It's that recognition that they know that there's something special here. I love you, te amo, and I cannot read the other one. Damn. I don't know. I believe it's French. But they do love you. They care about you. And they do want to say that. If they said something, this one is really standing out to me. If they said something, they didn't necessarily mean it. Let's see what we have here. Strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, and power. You are stronger than what you realize. And right now, you're both kind of just tapping into your strength. You're both tapping into endurance. Some of you need to put down that shield. Some of you, if this person comes back and they want to have a conversation, can you allow yourself to be vulnerable? Can you allow yourself to have it without feeling like you need to be on defense mode? And I know that that can be hard, especially if you were hurt by someone. But if you want this to grow and to move forward, you have to allow the past to stay in the past. Trust. I am safe. I am secure. In love I trust, my faith endures. I am safe, I am secure. In love I trust, my faith endures. Yeah. Can you trust yourself? Because if you can trust yourself, you can also trust other people, because you can trust yourself to know when enough is enough, when to protect yourself, all those beautiful things, right? Pile number 2. But this person is saying all is well. And have faith, because this is going to, I feel for many of you, there's definitely going to be a chance for this to come back together, because I do feel this is a connection that is in separation. All right, pile number 2, that is all I have for you. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, sending you so much love, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to this sticker with Persephone and Hades. It's actually one of my favorites. I'm going to put that right over there. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Sorry I moved the camera. Not my best moment. So we're going to be looking at messages from your person. So far, it seems that the messages coming in are from people that you may know. So we'll see what happens with this pile. But I picked these 2 cards to represent person number 1, these 2 cards to represent person number 2. If you don't identify as this person, you don't identify as this person, this is probably not the reading for you. It's okay. There are so many readings. But just to give you a heads up, if this doesn't make sense, this probably won't. So we have the Vessel. Ooh, interesting energy. The Whale. Finally, we have some water. All right, and then we have the Medallion and Starfish. Okay, we have some water energy here. Cool. So water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Doesn't have to be, but I thought I would mention them. So we're going to start by talking about the Whale and the Vessel person. There's a lot of depth to this person because we have the Vessel and the Whale coming up, and both of those are quite very deep energies, or they have the potential to be very deep energies, I should say. The Vessel is the container, the cup, right? It's, it could even be described, because we kind of see the woman here, right? We can think of the Vessel almost as a womb as well, because, it's the vessel that keeps babies safe. And it's about stability, strength. It's about, it's one of the most powerful archetypes because it has the ability to hold growth. It has the ability to hold, the vessel can hold liquid, it can hold fire, it can hold earth. It can even technically probably hold some air. So there's a lot of power to the vessel. There's a lot of creation to this. There is, almost a holding together, a protective energy to the vessel. And to see it with the Whale, which is also a very powerful being. A being that can kind of go very deep, a being that can be very protective, very big. And the Vessel is all about, I'm really getting this very protective energy. I'm sorry, because I'm getting kind of something that wants to come through and I can't quite make it out. So I'm trying to give it space, but I'm also trying to talk so I don't have to sound like I am just sitting here not saying anything. So with the Whale, let's talk about the Whale first, because I kind of want to give it an opportunity for this message to come through about the Vessel, because there's something that wants to come through, but I can't quite tell what it is yet. This person right here, whoever this is someone who desires to go very deep, and they have the ability to go deep, whether it's deep into oneness consciousness, deep into the psyche of self, or deep into, an understanding of humanity, an understanding of the mind, of psychology, not only of their own, but of the collective as well. The Whale can be an energy that is very calm, very balanced, very steady. It's a very compassionate energy with the Whale and the Vessel here. A lot of compassion, a lot of empathy, a lot of caring, a lot of love. Like I said, the Vessel is very protective. The Whale is very protective. This person comes across as someone who is very protective. This Whale person is not afraid to show their emotions. This is not someone who doesn't know what they're feeling. This is someone who feels things very deeply, and they're not afraid to be sensitive. They're not afraid to channel those emotions into something, to express those emotions. The Whale person is someone who has been through a lot, especially with the Vessel there. And this is why this person is very good at holding space for others. For many of you, that you are going to be the Whale person. So you could be someone that is very good at holding space for others to come in, to talk, to express themselves, to hold space for them, to be who they are, to feel seen, to feel accepted, to feel acknowledged. And both of these are connected to the divine feminine. So I feel that my whale person is connected to the divine feminine, and this is someone that can do. I don't know why I can't. That does not sound right. Someone that does. Thank you. Does goddess work, deity work, but especially with the goddesses. Someone that works in the divine feminine, someone that does some form of work that helps other people. And this is someone who's almost a beacon, because this is standing out to me as almost being a beacon of light for other people, a beacon of light in this very dark world that we are currently living in. And because of this beautiful light, sometimes the whale person may have to deal with people who do not have their best interest at heart. So this could lead to, my whale person getting hurt from time to time. And that's a very sad reality, that sometimes, the people that are the kindest, they tend to draw in these people that see that kindness and they want to take advantage of it. And if you are the whale person, you are a true light. If your person is the whale person, they are a true light here. But then we also have the starfish and the medallion. And the energy matches, because the starfish is also, water energy. The starfish is very beautiful. When I see the starfish, this is someone who is physically very alluring, very beautiful, but their energy, their aura is also very beautiful and alluring. This is someone that can light up the room, and I know how cliche that sounds, but the starfish, it's someone that they walk in and you notice them. There's something about them that, they capture attention. The thing with the starfish is this is someone that can be a little bit shallow. So I feel like my whale person is very deep, and the starfish is a little bit more shallow. The starfish kind of keeps things surface level. And I do feel that in many of your cases, you already know who this is. For some of you, you may not have met them yet. But it feels like whoever this starfish is, they were kind of taken aback by the depth of the whale, by the compassion, the caring nature, the loving nature of the whale. And the starfish is very artistic. It may be someone that's like a musician, an artist, something along those lines. They don't have to be, but they're very artistic. They're very beautiful. There's something about this way the starfish dresses that catches the attention of others. And we do have the medallion here. So the tangible can be very, very important to the starfish. And I have a feeling that there may be a little bit of disagreement here, because it's almost like the whale wants to go deep. The whale wants to love deeply. The whale wants to be understood. The starfish wants to kind of hang at the surface and kind of not have to worry too much about connecting too deeply or showing themselves fully. But the starfish is also very uplifting, just like the whale person. It's just about different ways about going about it. And the starfish has a lot of friends. I feel like at times the whale may get a little bit jealous about all the people around the starfish. That's not for everyone, but that is coming through. And the starfish, though, has the ability to go deep. And the whale person was teaching my starfish how to go deep, but something about that may have scared them off. We're going to see what's happening in a minute, but there's something here about the starfish was ready to go a little bit deeper, but something may have happened. And the starfish is starting to realize that outside appearances don't mean everything, and that there's more to life. And I feel like the last 2 years have been kind of a wake-up call for this starfish person. Now, I want to talk about this medallion being here, because the medallion and the starfish kind of go so well together, and it kind of paints a picture to who this person is, or at least who they are right now, because we can all evolve, we can all change, we can all expand. But with the medallion, I feel like the starfish has kind of focused for a very long time on the physical, on, what they have, the tangible, I should say. Money has been important for the starfish, and that's kind of where they focus their attention at. But they're very protective as well, and I feel like that's something that they do have in common, that very protective energy. And the starfish is learning how to let go of material items. The starfish is learning what truly matters and what they value in life. And I feel like that's why you both met, and you both have taught each other. Very interesting. I just realized this. You picked Hades and Persephone. They were both from different worlds in a way, right? Let's see what's happening right now. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that energy of the tangible, the world. Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's a closing of a cycle here. With the world here, we have the world, the Queen of Pentacles, and Knight of Wands. There's this energy of something came to a close. Something came full circle. I feel for many of you, you know who this is, and this is not something that's currently in progress. So you may be in separation. You may have broken up altogether. For many of you, you're not communicating at all. And what's interesting is that the Queen of Pentacles is coming out on the side of the whale person, and the Knight of Wands is coming out on the side of the starfish person. So you are both kind of learning how to live in a new way, because whatever this connection was, whatever this person came in to teach you, it was very transformative. It brought a sense of freedom. For my whale person, it made you a little bit more spontaneous, and it also made you realize that certain things do matter, that certain goals, certain possessions do matter. That having a certain sense of security matters, because I feel like my whale person didn't always care about the material things. And for the starfish person, there was a lesson in that the emotions, the passions, the inspirations matter. That everything isn't centered around what's physical and what's tangible, that, that inspiration, that making sure that you are doing things that are in alignment with the soul matter. And you're both kind of doing, it's almost like very individual things at this time. Like I feel like something came to an end and you're not in communication, and you're both kind of doing your own thing, but you've learned from one another. I want to see what the message from this person is, because this feels like you are not in communication. 7 of Wands, Queen of Wands. So now we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Here we have the Ace of Swords. Hierophant. Yeah. For many of you, as I said, I feel you are the whale person. So my viewer, I feel you are the whale person. And the message coming in from this person is you've helped them evolve. You've helped them look at their belief system, and you've helped them gain clarity about who they are. You've helped them become more authentic and more connected to self. I'm almost getting like, this is almost like a thank you. Like a thank you for doing this for me. Thank you for teaching me all of this. There's a lot of love in this message, but I don't necessarily feel, we'll see when we get to it, but I don't necessarily feel like this message of I'm coming back. It almost feels like I'm grateful for what we had, and you taught me so much, and I've taken what you've taught me and I'm moving forward. You've taught me how to let go of certain belief system, how to, grow past certain beliefs. I've kind of gained this sense of security, this sense of self-authenticity, this sense of not needing to do what is expected of me, and a lot of clarity from knowing you. And they're very grateful for that. I want to see what else is here, because this is a very interesting energy that I'm picking up. Goddess of wisdom. Yeah, you taught this person a lot. For some of you, this wasn't necessarily romantic. Could have been, but I don't think for all of you this was necessarily romantic. And God of awakening. Yeah, you helped this person awaken to their true self, to their authentic self, to their higher self. You helped them tap into their wisdom. And they're very grateful for that. All right, let's see what else we have here, because I almost feel like this is almost like a thank you note. Intention, lacking personal direction, begets confusion and life as a pawn to someone else's game of chess. Yeah, they're stepping into their purpose. As I said, for many of you, this is the starfish was your person, and they're stepping into their purpose. They're realizing that there's more to life. That they can almost, that they can have it all in a way, that they can go after what they want, while at the same time still being able to meet certain financial goals and have certain things, but that they can do it in a way that's more in alignment with their higher self. And you help them go through an awakening. Repair. Making amends rather than fun times reveals a relationship's true constitution. They may want to make amends. For some of you, you may be closed off to this as a romantic connection, but they're kind of coming in to thank you. For others of you, if you're not completely closed off to this, because I do feel some of you have kind of just stopped. You're not coming in like, I wish you the best. I cared about you. I may still care about you for some of you, but I don't necessarily want to connect again. If that's the case for you, then take this as almost gratitude. But if you are willing, they may be coming in to kind of apologize, to express their gratitude and to express that, to make amends of some sort. Because it feels like this was a very loving connection, even if it wasn't romantic, because I feel like for some of you it was not romantic. But it's still, especially if you are the whale person, you may have gotten hurt in this. I want to see what this is. For some of you, this could have been a friendship. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Yeah, because I think that my viewer, your spirituality, your beliefs are very important. And you were not willing to compromise that. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. For some of you, this person is coming in with an apology. They're going to try to reconnect. They're going to try to make amends. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So if you feel like you're struggling, don't be afraid to ask for help from friends, from family, loved ones, people that you care about, people that care about you. I feel like for some of you, for a very few of you, this could turn into a friendship. Like this could move forward as a friendship. For others of you, there is this sense of they want to make amends and they kind of want to give this connection a chance. I want to see the messages of love. Because this is very interesting so far. Leap of faith. It's safe for you to make the move that you're considering. If you are considering doing something, go for it. There's a new beginning here. Whether it's a new beginning together or not, it's going to be up to both of you. This friendship is leading to more. For some of you, you're going to connect to this person as a friend, and there may be a chance to grow it from there. I feel like there's this very strong chance of a friendship. Whether that friendship moves forward as something else or not, it's going to be up to both of you, but definitely friendship, vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. Fate. This is a destined partnership. This was meant to happen. You were meant to meet this person. There's something about a friendship here. Whether it's going to just be a friendship, like a platonic friendship, or whether it's going to be a friendship and grow from there, or maybe this was a friendship and now it's growing into something else. Because there's really this sense of like, I don't necessarily feel this was romantic for everyone watching this pile. Let's look at the hidden truth. Let's see what we have with the hidden truth oracle. I am starting to understand our connection. For some of you, this is a friend, and they're starting to understand This could be a friend. This could be something that started as a friendship that's going to move on to something else, or this is something that may have started as something else that's going to go into a friendship and eventually have an opportunity for more. Because there's this cautious energy, especially for my whale person. My life is not as together as it seems. Yeah, the starfish. Whoever the starfish was, they kind of are good at making it seem like everything is fine, good, and dandy, but it's not. I am becoming a better person. They want you to know that they're becoming a better person. They want you to know that they're understanding the connection, and they want you to know that this is fated. And that their life is not as together as it seems, and they're trying to work. They're going through their awakening. They're doing the work. They're going to make amends for this. They've gained a lot of wisdom. And they really want to thank you for that, pile number 3. I know it's not easy for you. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, it may not be easy to even try to allow this person back in. Focus on self-love, because that's what they're doing as well. And they really want you to focus on your self-love. They understand the importance of that now. I feel like for some of you, they really hurt you. And I don't think it was on purpose. Yeah, I am sorry. Look at this. I want to pull some additional cards for this pile. 1 second. Because there's something here that I feel like wants to come through that I'm not quite tapping into. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to pull from the Twin Flame Oracle. Gonna be that one. Let's see what we have here. Chaser. In pursuit, conviction, rejection. Let them go and let it be. I feel like some of you got hurt by kind of trying. You were doing everything you could to help this person until you got fed up. Marriage, legal partnership, commitment, marital bond, and societal contract. This could lead to marriage, though I do feel like there's going to be a very strong friendship first. Forgive. Tranquility, peaceful mind and heart, freedom from the past. Yeah, there's a need to kind of make peace with the past for this pile. And they are sorry. I feel like if this person comes back, and it's going to kind of be split, because I feel like for some of you, you wouldn't mind having them as a friend. You wouldn't mind knowing that they're okay and letting them move on, but you don't necessarily want them in your life. For others of you, you're open to it, even though they hurt you. You're going to have to release the past and give them an opportunity to show you who they are today, because they have changed. Summer. For some of you, there could be something that happens in summer. There's some sort of movement in summer. Look at this, new beginnings. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. And we did have the world there, which is about closing, right? But you're manifesting a new beginning. And for some of you, this person is saying there's a new beginning for us, whether it's through a friendship or whether it's, coming back together at some point. But they want to make amends. Like, even if this doesn't come back together as a relationship, they want to make amends for something. Look at this, destiny. All that I shall need to know as I walk shall now be shown. There's a sense of destiny to this. Didn't we have fate too? Look at this, destiny and fate. This was meant for both of your growths. You were meant to grow from this. They were meant to grow from this. This was meant to come together. And this is confirmation. And they're saying, you're going to meet up again in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's just for them to apologize, or even if it's in a different lifetime. This story itself is definitely far from over. Again, it doesn't have to be in this lifetime. It doesn't have to be as a relationship. But I think there was a strong friendship. And that's still there, or it has the opportunity to be there. All right. Pile number 3, that is all I have for you. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next. If you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.